All right, depending on how you completed the second organizer, you may have done a lot of research and you've included all your sources in this document already. And if that's the case, you're going to now start thinking about how are you going to present this information. Is it going to be in a newscast video? Is it going to be in a slideshow? Is it going to be in a stop motion video? What are you going to need? And you've already started to decide on your headings. So how are you going to organize that information? One way would be to create a graphic organizer to summarize your results. So you're going to go to your Drive. You're going to create a new document. Now, you can do this on your own. I've already put this organizer in your classroom. So if you just want to go to the classroom and click on this organizer, you can work from it like you've done with our other templates. But I want to show you how to create it so that if you think a different format works for you, you can create that. So you're going to make your title, Research for Passion Project 2.0. You can make it what your topic is. You're going to insert a table. I'm going to make it 2 columns, and I'm going to, doesn't matter how far down, if you ever want to add a new row, you go to the last cell, and on your keyboard you hit Tab, and it will add a new row for you. So I'm going to put my source, so this is like my URL, or if I'm interviewing a person, or a book I'm using, I'm going to list it here. I'm going to drag that over, and my learning. So these are where my jot notes go. This is where my opinions might go from what I've read. So here, I'm going to highlight these 2 cells. I'm going to go up to Format, Table, and I'm going to merge these 2 cells together. And now I can put my heading from my organizer. So I said that the history. So I want to collect anything that has the history of, for mine, history of access to water. So here I'm going to put anything that I find about drinking water advisories. Let's say that has it. I'm going to put my information and my learning. So there are 3 types of water advisories. And as I'm reading websites, I might start to think of questions that I need to research further. I can put that in here. How often are communities that are not on the reserves, how often are communities that are not on the reserves get water advisories? How often do communities that are not on the reserves get water advisories? So that's a question. And for me, for my organization, I'm just going to highlight that so I know to come back to it when I get a chance. But I'm going to keep reading this website and keep documenting my learning. If I wanted, maybe I find another website. Let's just say that this one has some history information. I'm going to put that in the same cell, and I'm going to continue on with my information. If you'd rather it be in a separate cell, then you can put it in a separate cell. There is no one way to do this. It's what works for you and your organization style. So if you wanted it to be down here, and then you have your information, not a problem. My next header, I'm going to merge those cells again, and I'm going to put my next subheading. Okay, maybe it's government or agencies. Agencies that help already. And then I'm going to keep going down. So if you're creating your own version, maybe you don't want the headings, you're just going to list all your websites and all your jot notes, and you have your own way of sorting it later. You can go to your classroom. So what did I call this? I called Research for Passion Project 2.0. You go to your classroom, and let's see if I can do this. Okay, I had to find a classroom that I was a student in. So if you're not using the template that's already in your classroom and you've created your own, you're going to add it. Go into your Google Drive. If it's not your recent, you can just type it in. And I'm going to add it so then my teacher has access to it. And it will show up underneath. So now my teacher has access. I can go in and edit anytime, and it's there. But if you want to use the graphic organizer, if the one that I just showed you like and you want to use it, it is already in your classroom like you're used to, and you're just going to open it up and work from there. Remember that your goal is to convince your audience that they should care about the things you're caring about. As well as, when you're using resources, think about the validity or the reliability of your websites. Is it a blog that someone has just created? Is it a government, whether it's Canadian government, American, another country? Where are they getting, if it's a newspaper article, they're governed by an oath that they take to be responsible with the reporting, but where are they citing their information from? Are they saying they got it from Stats Canada? Then that's great. You can also go look up at the Stats Canada. So just be careful on where you're getting information from, and always think about, where's this information coming from? Is it an opinion or is it a fact? One quick example, when I typed water on the reserves, a newspaper article from Globe and Mail came up. It's current, so February 20th, 2017. So that's definitely something I would read. First Nations communities. So I know that this is a government website just by the handle, but once I click on it, you'll see that it's Government Canada. But this one here I went to because it had Renew Canada. I figured it was a reliable source. The .net is a little bit concerning. And when I went into it, looks like a nice header here, but I don't see anything with an About Us. When I scroll to the bottom, there's a little bit of information here. I'm not convinced that this is a reliable source. I'd have to really do some reading. So here now I'm looking at saying about the magazine. So this looks like it's a website for a magazine. But still not a lot of information. So whatever I find from here, I'm going to take it and see if I can find other information that supports it as well. Like I said, they have a nice clean layout, but I don't really know where this information is coming from. So if I'm reading an article from a website like this, I really want to think about, is there other sources saying the same thing? Where are they getting their information from?